Welcome to the Bougie Black Brother Network. Good evening and welcome to Car Wax. I'm Michael, your Bougie Black Brother, and I'm here with my co-host Sean.
What it, son? What it?
So we chilling up in here. It's basketball season 2, so check it out. You'll probably be hearing a little more about it on our other podcasts in the Bougie Black Network. But today we're talking about 2 new releases, or maybe not as new, but 2 new releases. The Damian Lillard, Dame D.O.L.L.A.
Yeah.
Dame D.O.L.L.A. and Future and Young Thug.
Oh, we're going to talk about Super Slimy?
Yeah, Super Slimy.
Okay.
So those 2, it's kind of interesting because 2 different genres to me when it comes to rap, but I think it's important to talk about them because sometimes the contrast is something really good to speak on, except for things that kind of blend together and say these 2 artists are similar,
right?
And I like,
right?
But when you have 2 different sort of genres within hip hop, I think that's a good subject to be talking about. So these are the 2 that we talk about. Sean, what you want to start with?
Let's go ahead and start with the basketball player.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely going to start. I'm going to say you go ahead and start. I'm definitely biased of Damian Lillard. Before he played his first game, I knew he was going to be that deal.
Right.
I was telling everybody, hey, he's that deal. And everybody was talking, of course. But then when he got Rookie of the Year, they started looking at me. And then the next year, when they went to the second round, they was like, oh, Sean ain't lying about this. So
you called it early.
Yeah, I'm definitely biased about him. So go ahead.
But as a rapper, that's the other issue. So, didn't take too much of it because I haven't heard anything. There's so many so many sports players who want to rap.
Right.
So I wasn't cautious because most people try it out anyway.
Yeah.
So exactly. I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. But I've been hearing a lot of people, my boy Animal and Spike Lee.
Okay.
They even spoke on it. So I was like, it's due. We need to be talking about it. And Sean was like, no, I ain't going to tell you shit. I just need for you to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So I put it on and first cut it on and I was like, yo, this dude got a flow to him.
Right.
So then I was like, okay. So I'm listening to his flow. But Sean did give me a little say, look, ain't no cursing in there. So you're going to get a different feel with that too.
Right.
So it's not shock value that he's going to throw in. So sometimes when you don't hear it, you're kind of like, this is kind of clean. But he didn't do it to be clean.
To be clean, right.
He just did it right.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very good. And then I turned around and I was like, okay, let me pay a little attention to the production. So it gave me, again, a West Coast feel type of production.
Right.
I was waiting for him to throw in some Southern trap type beat and whatever like that. You had hints of it,
mm-hmm.
but it wasn't like, I gotta have a trap beat.
There you go.
Which was interesting. Wait a minute. What was that one? I wrote into a trap party.
Yeah, I turned the funeral
into a trap party.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And I just love the awkward voice of the singer,
mm-hmm.
but the flow was still pretty cool. So, really was impressed with his skill set.
Okay.
Really was impressed with that. Is he a blockbuster? Put him out front and say, yo, praise this guy? No, not really. But there's so many people out right now that he's better. He's better than them.
Right.
So when you put him up against what's out here, depends on where you want to put him,
mm-hmm.
he's damn good. And I enjoyed that one. And what's the one, the Henny?
The Fifth and Henny?
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, I love that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I like that one. And then the Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, of course, the Marshawn Lynch. Yeah.
That was just so cool as hell. So there was some standouts for me. And all 3 of those I really went back to. But I've heard it 3 times.
Okay.
So initially was kind of taken back and was like, huh, damn. Okay, this is different. Second time I was like, did I hear it right? Then I was like, cool, move, nice beats. Oh, that was fucking catchy. And then the third time I was like, this is a nice fucking release. All right, this is a nice release.
Right.
So, but I don't normally go to the third. But I wanted to be sure. Because this is a basketball player.
Exactly.
I wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. This guy was very, very impressive. Nice. So I enjoyed it. I just did. I mean, I'm not going to take that because I really was going to say, you know what? I think they kind of wrote some things for him. But he rapped about his shit.
Yeah, this was all him.
So when you listen to him, he's rapping about his shit.
Yeah.
And when he's talking $1 million and doing certain, that's his shit.
Yeah.
He didn't talk about some old bullshit throwing money away.
He wasn't necessarily flossing because he actually said in one of his rhymes that he don't go to the strip club.
Right.
You know, so that he wasn't portraying that. That's not
right. And not that. But like the Henny song, he was like, no, ain't no bubbles in mine. So he ain't going with no Cristal. He's drinking Henny.
Right.
Fifth of Henny.
Right.
A fifth of Hen. Fifth of Hen. Just fucking love it.
Yeah.
That shit was cool. But yeah, that was me, man. So very impressed the shit out of me.
Wow.
Really impressed the shit out of me. I heard it I listened to it 3 times.
Okay.
Just so I can feel comfortable with saying what I'm saying right now.
Right.
Because the second time I was like, I like it, but wait a minute.
This is good, but is this really this good?
Is this good?
Right.
And it was very good. And hands down, I don't think there's any other ball player that can step up to him. There's a lot of rappers that's out that can't really step up to him. And the fact that he didn't have to cuss or, you know, bitches or all of this or how I'm fucking this chick right here. He didn't have to go there. He was like, yo, this is my life. I take my mom to the club with me. He was saying all types of, and it made me listen to say, is this your life?
Right. Like, hold on, man.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Are you just rapping or are you actually putting a few things of your life into this?
And he did.
Yeah.
So which made me respect his rap. You know what I mean? It wasn't all the way clever and really something to be like, oh, that was some shit. It was, I like that.
Right.
That's your life.
Right.
So rap your shit. So that's what I was impressed about. So that's me.
All right. So, you know, like I said, man, he's actually one of my favorite players. I wouldn't say he's my top player that I would pick first in the league. Of course not. It's just too many great players. But I fuck with Dame the long way.
Right.
You know, long way, man. I've been following him for a while, man. Picked up his sneakers, got a pair of sneakers upstairs. But so this is his second album. His first album was The Letter O. One of a partner of mine, Cliff, he gave me both CDs, and I still haven't got around to listening to this first one, but I didn't hear bad things about the first one.
I got you.
Now, the catch about this one is he did some promotion for this.
So he definitely wanted this one.
Yeah. He definitely marketed this, you know, before the album came out. He dropped it the same day he dropped his sneakers. You know, so it was like, you know, you fuck with me, you get down, you go get the CD, go get a pair of shoes. You know what I'm saying?
The website?
His
website?
He had
his, he put some things out for his release.
No, I didn't.
Because I went to his website and he was talking about the people he had on his release. So when you said that, I was kind of like, yeah, when I went to his website, he was promoting. I just thought he did that anyway.
Right. You know
what I mean?
But yeah, he did some extensive promotion and marketing for this particular CD. So it's gotten out.
Okay.
A lot of more people has gotten an ear to it. So I would say Lou Williams, he's got an album out no one can really hear because there's no promotion on it. You know what I'm saying? Mon Shepard, he makes a lot of music, but there's no promotion, there's no marketing on it. Right. You know, and this is just the God honest truth on how certain rappers that play ball, if they are good, you getting knocked off because you a ball player.
Right.
But if you could actually get marketed and promoted right and you present yourself right, they can say, okay, what you got, ball player?
Facts.
Okay, what you got, ball player?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got a goddamn clean slate. You know,
with a person like that, they kind of like, okay, you can make a CD,
right?
Oh, you can make a release. Go ahead.
Right. So for that made me want to listen to it a little bit more. Turned on the first song, I was just like, well, I heard the beat first. I was like, man, I heard the beat on one of his on his webpage, not his webpage, on his IG page.
Okay.
And he was promoting his sneaker with the beat in the background.
Oh.
So I was just like, man, that's a hard beat. I hope that's on the album. You know what I'm saying? Man, that joint is nice. So that was the first track on the album, and I was just like, ooh. And he ripped it, and I was like,
yep.
Okay, that's what's up.
He prepped you with that, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice, yeah.
Then he hit the second track, Boss Life. I was like, sweet, okay. All right, so I ain't even tripping about your lyrics at all. You know, I ain't even tripping about your lyrics, your lingo, you know, or nothing like that. 2, he's an Oakland rapper. He's Oakland. He's a Cali rapper.
And you hear that.
The most clever person that comes out of Cali is E40. After E40, it's going to be like, just the basic, I can flow. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey Hussle. I get down. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
Yeah, but he's a lot more current than people think.
So you have to listen to Razzcast.
Yeah, but he's still making albums. E40 is still dropping albums,
but not like he used to. So
E40 is still dropping albums now.
Okay,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
It was he was on some kind of mix tape that I heard E40 with some other people. I got it on my what you call it.
E40 has dropped 3 years in a row. He dropped double CDs.
Oh, he still got it, and he got some features that he have on there that
he's still on the radio. Yeah, he get down. So
I hear you.
So I wasn't really expecting Damian Lillard to be like to have a 2 Chainz over clever, you know, flow. That's just not a Cali rapper to me. And if you're doing that, then that's just not you. You know, you have to develop into that type of rapper. Mm-hmm. You know,
or start that way.
Yeah, and just kind of grow from it. Mm-hmm. You know, because if you start that way, you ain't gonna be as official. You know, 2 Chainz was always this clever. Mm-hmm. He just kind of had to develop into the beats that he was using and the time.
His time. And when he got money and exposure, but he stayed clever because that's who he is.
Right.
But his cleverness has changed to contemporary clever, except for trying to be clever with the old shit he was doing.
Right.
He moved it along.
Right.
Like Redman. Redman lines are clever contemporary. Mm-hmm. He's not trying to do old clever lines.
No, not at all. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's a good point. So I'm running through the CD and I don't like the chick songs.
No,
but
I got you.
I like most of the CD.
Yeah.
Like I was literally borderline with Funeral to a Trap House.
I like that shit.
I was borderline on it the first 2 times, and then I took it off, and then I was just like, damn, I kind of missed that song.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I put it back in rotation. You know what I'm saying. The Fifth of Hen, I can skip Fifth of Hen.
Really?
Yeah. So, but it's literally like so. On the real side, mm-hmm. I love the album. I thought the album was very impressive on what he's doing. I think the marketing plan is genius. Mm-hmm. I thought the features were complete. They didn't overtake him.
Talking about the features.
I like the Wayne feature.
I think Wayne made me want to hear more.
More. There you go. You keep saying that about Wayne.
I know.
Wow. You're starting to sound like a Wayne fan. You're starting to sound like...
Not yet. But it made me want to hear more.
Right.
Because I loved how he played into that.
Right.
Yeah. But it wasn't a whole lot.
Nah.
He just came in, did what he needed to do. And he was kind of like, wow, come on back. Mm-hmm. Come on back. You know what I'm saying? And then when he was on, what you call this track? I just fucking loved it. Your boy, 2 Chainz. When he only had like, no, it wasn't 2 Chainz. It was when we did Extension and your boy, the gay boy.
Tyler the Creator. Yeah.
When he was on there.
Yep.
And he only got like 39 seconds on that bitch.
And you said you liked the one when he was on with Solange, too.
Yeah. So all of that, to me, I was like, wow, you're growing on me, dude.
Right.
So the features, even with that, and then he had some other.
He had 2 Chainz on there.
Yeah. 2 Chainz. He did his thing on that.
Yeah.
I think right now, I look forward to him. And if he doesn't do exactly like I expect, I get a little disappointed.
Right.
That one was a little disappointed. Because I know.
Well, he didn't cuss on it or his whole lingo on it had to. I think he was there. Structured. I think he was there with Lillard when he did it.
Yeah.
And Lillard kind of gave him the game plan at first.
He's like, I want this. And
right.
So he's kind of like,
let me keep that in mind while I do this flow. Instead of just going there and ripping it. You know what I'm saying?
So it was a little structured for him.
Probably. Exactly.
I got you. But again, I love to hear him when he's on there because he's still going to come across well. Yeah. So he came across well.
Right.
I would talk about the D.O.L.L.A after this. But he came across well. But then his other features with a couple of other cats on there, they were okay. They were nice add-ons. They didn't hurt him, and it wasn't like I gotta hook my boys up. And right. Oh, this garbage ass nigga on here.
Right.
It wasn't that. It was kind of okay. You cool.
Now, do you feel like I like this saying? I must go ahead and steal it. Do you feel like Lillard had any struggle bars? Do you feel like there was any struggle bars on any of these tracks?
No, but I do agree with you with the little chick songs.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just wanted to put them in there and say, hey,
right.
I'm not calling women out, but hey, I'm that guy. And they do like me and they didn't like me before. He wanted to put that in there. I don't think he needed to put that on it.
Okay.
But I didn't hear any struggle bars. I think everything that related to him wasn't a struggle.
No, not
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if he was trying to be somebody more than what he was, then I think it would have came across a little harder.
Okay.
But I think most of his
script.
He stuck to his script.
Yeah.
Which you got to respect that. I love the fact that he stuck to his script. Don't know who did the production, but they did a really good job.
Yeah.
With him.
Yeah, they did.
Was it amazing? No, but you got to give producers the respect that says, I see how he's flowing. I know what he's flowing about. I can give him what he needs. I think the production gave him what he needed.
Yeah. Yeah. And it didn't overdo him at all.
Nope.
It didn't overdo him at all. Man, it was out of 13 tracks.
Yep. Wasn't a lot.
13 tracks. And like I said, I was borderline on the
Funeral Trap
House. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that goes in. That's 9. I like 9 out of the 13 tracks.
I'll probably take 1 or 2.
1 or 2 away. Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
1 or 2 away.
And like I said,
most of them chick songs.
And it was literally like 3 of them. It was 3 of them.
And 1 or 2, you probably can just go through it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not that I hated it and like, damn, that was some bullshit. Why'd you put that? It was kind of like, you didn't need that, bro.
Right.
You didn't need that.
Nah, exactly. Yo. I totally agree.
So, rate it. No, before you rate it. So, before you rate it, do you take this and say, I'm rating it based on a ball player or I rate it as a straight up industry rapper?
Well, I got to give you both.
Really?
As a ball player, man, he definitely gets a solid 8.
Yep.
Solid 8. You know, he might even on a lame day, he'll get an 8 too. You know what I'm saying? Like okay,
solid 8, yeah.
but a solid 8. As far as the game, and again, as far as the quality of music that's coming out this year, you gotta give him respect. I still give him a 7.6, man.
Really?
Yeah. You know what? No. I'll drop that down to a 7.2.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of quality music out here, and based on what he did, back to what's going on now, based on what he did, he needs a couple more albums under his belt to get the full throttle of who he is.
Right.
This still ain't better than everybody. You know, not at all.
Or better than the unique people that came out.
Right. Like Logic's everybody. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like it's not better than the Logic album by far. You know, is it even? Can you even talk to? No, not even close. No. You know, but can you? But to your point, you can say, okay, it's better than Issa. You know,
it's better than Dave Banner bullshit.
Oh, you don't like David Banner?
Nah, I
Dave
like
East.
No, So I'm biased with Dave East because I've heard his other shit.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like, that dude is harder than that. And I like what he did. I just don't like everything he did.
Okay.
Because I still, his package of what he can do is better than what
he presented on the album.
And I know he can do compared to Dame on this. So if you say, let's just put them both out there.
Oh, Dave used to rip his ass apart.
Yeah. So I gotta look at it like that.
Yeah.
But is he better than a lot of people that came, even not, let's say I like D.O.L.L.A. because he just says crazy shit.
I think he's definitely not better than B.O.B.
Yeah.
Yeah, B.O.B. is bringing it at a whole nother level.
So that's what's impressing me with a lot of people that's coming, newer people and then older people saying, this is what I'm coming out. Now, let me tell you who I am. Remember you said that in another podcast. This was the recent people that came out this year was like, let me tell you who I am.
Right, yeah.
Not what I've been doing, but now it's time for me to tell you who I am. Express myself. And I was impressed with that, especially being a new listener.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then I was like, oh, cool. Now that I go back, I was like, oh, okay. I hear what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So even Tyler, now he's telling you, yeah, I'm gay. So, I mean,
just to clarify.
Just to clarify, if you didn't know. But yeah, so me, I was going to say 7-2, because you rated him high. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of like, as a ball player, he's a fucking 8.
Yeah.
Because he's going to slap them all down. And with a lot of other people that's out, that's trying to show who they are.
Right.
Yeah, he's still higher than them.
Right.
But with the quality shit that's coming out, he's a 7-2. I've given him a 2 because I gotta say, I like it. And I'm going to play it again.
Right.
Because I like it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'll be a straight 7 and be like, there you go, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Good to go. I like that shit. So if somebody say, what you think about the Dame? I say,
I like it. Check it out.
So check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Not, you can listen to it. No,
right. Check it out.
Check it out, bro.
Right.
You'll be impressed.
Yeah.
And you know that they'll probably go, hey, you were right. Or, damn, I just didn't expect that.
Mm-hmm.
One way or another, you're going to be right because if you tell the people who you know, most likely if you like it, they'll probably like it.
They'll mess with it.
From that.
Right.
So they'll fuck with it a little more. So, that's what's up. So, Future and Young Thug,
man.
So the slimy joint. So there you go, Sean. What you think?
Hold on. Did you get an opportunity to listen to the Drake and Future?
Because I had to listen to these a couple of times.
Right.
So I kept them on my rotation to make sure I ate that up.
Okay, so
tell me about that.
Super Slimy, man. Definitely a surprise album, mixtape. I would definitely qualify it or call it a mixtape. Albums are usually promoted. They're promoting it as a mixtape. That's why they put it out so fast, so quietly.
Right. It's a little contemporary too.
What do you mean?
If you listen to some what they're rapping about, pretty recent.
Oh yeah. They definitely tried to keep it as recent as possible. Yeah. That's Future's thing.
Okay.
They're freestylers, so
gotcha.
When he sits down and do a track, he keeps that. He keeps that for himself. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time he's in there and he's gonna give you what's on his mind. So I was surprised to see both of them on the track together.
Okay.
And then when I thought about it, and in these streets in the A, because we stay in the A, of course, Young Thug's name rings out here, man. He's very respected out here. I don't, that's all I want to say. You know what I'm saying? a lot of my people's fuck with him, you know, and my people fuck with him. You know, he's very respected out here. So for him to do a mixtape with Future was kind of like, was kind of good for Future more than it was for Young Thug.
Right.
You know,
so Young Thug is up front.
Yeah, I personally
Future is known.
Yeah. Right. I personally feel like Thug got more street cred than Future.
Now.
I personally feel, that's my personal opinion.
Now.
As
opposed to.
Well, in general, dog, I feel like, I feel like Thug is that nigga in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Okay. He's well respected. To my knowledge, my opinion. You know what I'm saying? His name rings way more than Future's. Future name rings strictly in music. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? In these streets.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But as far as Thug, man, you outside of the music,
he's known.
Hey man, you get all the praise from me. You know, I ain't got no. Anyways, so it initially surprised me when I seen the album. That's why I sent it to you. Mm. You know, and then I slept on it because it was like dropping at midnight, and I sent it to you at like 10 o'clock or something.
Right.
And I was just like, all right, it kind of makes sense, you know. So I didn't feel no type of way going into it. Mm. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of reset my brain on it, you know, on Young Thug and Future. I was just like, okay, let's see what this is going to sound like.
Yep.
You know, because again, I heard the Future and Drake previous. You know what I'm saying? See, this is another thing, another side note. Back in the 2000s, late 2000s, there was artists trying to make albums and mixtapes together, and they couldn't because of their contracts and how their contracts was rolled up and stuff.
Okay.
So in those times, Wayne was supposed to drop a bunch of little collaboration mixtapes with different people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to do a real album with Joel Santana from Dipset. That just never went through. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays that you're seeing these big artists doing this was rooted from
what they was trying to do.
Yeah. What they couldn't 100% do back in the day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Trust me, this is just the history of the game. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when I seen Drake, Young Money, Wayne, you know what I'm saying? When I seen Drake do it with Future, it was just like, I see what you're doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that was good. That was great timing. You know what I'm saying? Great timing. What a Time to Be Alive, I think it was called. Okay. That was the mixtape album. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then when he did this, it was just like, okay, great timing. This is your third album mixtape of the year. You know, he pretty much dropped a double CD, dropped one week and then dropped another one the other week earlier this year.
Right.
Then he dropped this. It was just like, okay, just in case you got tired of my other album. You know what I'm saying?
Something else to listen to.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And so with all that being said, I popped this motherfucker in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, the first two tracks, I'm just like, this is alright.
I know.
This shit is alright. What the fuck is this? This is the best y'all gonna bring.
And then it was short. It had like 2-minute joints.
The first two tracks. Just the first two tracks. Then I got to that third track. We want all the smoke. I was like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then Thug did Thug, you know, and he had some quality. He didn't have no struggle bars on here, dog. Yeah. You know, the struggle bars was rare. Was very minimal, if any, you know, because he was going with Future. You know, there was a couple moments where Thug was actually using the Future flow. You know what I'm saying? And it was just kind of good because he always do that. You know, he's kind of like a biter. You know what I'm saying? Thug, when it comes to flows, you know, he's just still developing into his own sound. You know, he has his sound, but like his delivery and like his metaphors and shit, he still kind of uses other people, you know, to influence his rap. Uses other people to influence his rap, not to write his rap, just to kind of, okay, that's what's kind of hot right now. Let me use a little bit of that to keep a little flow going. Instead of saying, I'm Thug, y'all gonna use what I say. You know, he uses that, but that's like 90% of the song.
Okay.
You know what I'm
So he
saying?
highlights that 10% from whoever.
Exactly. Where it used to be 80%, where it used to be 60%. You know what I'm saying? So he's growing. He's definitely a growing artist, dog. You know, I can't knock you and say that I hate all his music.
Right.
You know, he knows how to pick the right beats. Anytime you hear Thug, he's going to be on a great beat. Mm-hmm. Great beat. You know, you give the beat an 8 every time Thug's on the track. Mm-hmm. You know, it just depends on how Thug feeling and how many drugs he even had that day. He's like literally, dog. Like Thug is an interesting character. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this music shit. So as a whole, dog, I really enjoyed the CD for what it was.
Okay.
You know, and honestly, it was fast food to me.
Okay.
You know, for what it was, dog, you know, it was a nice meal. I enjoyed it. I'm going to have to go back tomorrow and eat again. You know, it didn't keep any substance on me, but it wasn't filling. But I want to say that Future better be careful. This is dangerous. This is dangerous territory that he's in right now.
Okay. Because
his music isn't really evolving. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This should have lightened Future.
Right.
You know, instead it represented Thug in a better light. For me personally. You know, and it just kept Future at the same point he was at.
Right.
And that's dangerous to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's very dangerous. And he needs to, I hope he sees that and he tries to, I hope he sees that. Mm-hmm. And he's a little more careful with the music that he's putting out. Because if he puts out the wrong music at the wrong time, I would say, it's going to kind of like
take him down.
Yeah, dim his fire. You know, it's not going to drown him out because he can still drop an album and boom, blow everybody up.
Right.
You know, but just be careful, Future. Don't drop nothing else for the rest of the year. You know, do that and then in February drop something. Mm-hmm. You know, if you wait till February, I think whatever you put out, everybody's won't even care because it's Future.
Right.
But just
take it slow.
You're in dangerous territory right now.
Right.
You know, as far as Thug, great album. I like that. You know, I like the collab, how y'all did that. Made me appreciate your flow a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I already liked your beats. Mm-hmm. You know, and you and Future sound decent together. You know, y'all sound really decent together, dog. Okay. You know, so I liked it. I liked it. Okay. Was it a great album, mixtape? Definitely not. Was it some good club banging, you know, workout music? Definitely. I'm going to the gym and bumping this every day. Every day I go to the gym, you know, I shoot around.
Put this on.
Yeah. Mm. That's what Future does. You know, Future makes good workout music.
All right.
Future makes good club music. Okay.
Cool. So, I don't want to interrupt you. Because I could have interrupted you so many times and say, I agree. I agree. I agree. Mm. What I will say is, Doug started off with me like, this nigga here. But as I listened to the later tracks, he fucked up Future, man. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to hear Future anymore. Mm-hmm. Because it is what it is. So I didn't try to compare them to anybody else.
Right.
I said, listen to what Sean said. This is what you're listening to. Stop fucking comparing. Listen to what it is.
Right.
When you listen to what it is, learn to appreciate what it is. And then I was like, club music, gotcha. South Trap, yep, that's what it is. Yeah, they talking that bullshit. Yeah, that's what. But even later on, they wasn't saying so much bullshit. They were starting to build some lyrical stuff that you go, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Because, again, I listened to it a couple of times.
Okay.
Because I didn't even have to listen to the beats because I'm used to it.
Yeah, you already know.
It wasn't like 2 Chainz beats. It wasn't that.
No way.
But
no way.
It was contemporary. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. I'm good with it. So it gave me time to listen to what they were saying.
Okay.
I think the last one, the group home or one of them, that they had a reggae sound to them.
Okay.
Which made me listen to it again. What I liked that I wasn't aware of until I heard the last one was they got contrasting sounds, because Young Thug is a little high tempo and Future's a little grimy.
Yeah, a little lower. Yep.
So when you put them together, I was kind of like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the tone played off each other, and I was like, wow, this is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they knew that. And so when they put it together, they knew that contrasting sound played off itself. And I was like, that is impressive. So I gotta check that off as pretty damn good. Okay. I like how you did that. And like I said, after the maybe 4 or so tracks, what they were trying to rap about became better. It sounded better. Okay. And that's why I kept trying to hear it again, because I was kind of like, did I just take one kind of, maybe a bar here and there and say everything was good? Then I was like, no, the later tracks was better. I think Future had a couple of struggle bars on there trying to keep up with Young Thug.
Yeah, it was like, to your point, it was like you were waiting on Thug to come in.
And he kind of struggled to say, if Young Thug coming in with some flipping shit, how do I come in? And I got to do something. And he didn't do well.
Yeah, he didn't keep up.
Yeah, he didn't keep up. So, yeah, he had a couple of struggle bars up in there.
Yeah, Future did.
But I listened to Thug and I was like, damn, dude, all right. I dismissed you before because I didn't like it. And what you brought across was kind of typical. But with them together, I think they did a good album together.
Yeah.
Which was very impressive to me. And it kind of stood out for me to say, damn, I'll listen to this shit again. And I normally don't. I normally go, got it first, kind of go through it briefly on the second one, and I'm done. I said, I got it first, damn. Got it again, and was like, I got to put this shit on again. And I'm stuck in traffic, and I didn't stop it. I let it go. Yeah. And I was kind of like, this ain't a bad album.
Yeah.
I like them together.
Yeah, they don't sound bad together.
Together.
Man. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think separately, it will get monotonous unless they had features or whatever like that.
Right.
But with them together, I think once you start hearing one and kind of be like, all right, nigga, then boom.
He'll pop right in.
Oh, okay.
Right. It'll turn you up a little bit.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it was very different for me. And I liked it that way.
Okay.
Because I heard them separately.
Yeah.
And then when you put them together, I think the contrast in their sound impressed me more. And I liked it because that means they could lay on any beat because they were two different people.
Right.
Which leads me into what we were talking about early. If you a good rapper or lyricist, back in the day, you can put on a country song, and if a good rapper heard that, knew how to play off it. So it didn't matter what sound you put out. So when people say, yeah, you got these southern beats and you got to change the way no, you don't have to change. You have to put your style on top of the beat.
Right.
Where these rappers nowadays said, if this is a southern sound, I have to change the way I do it. No, you change toward the sound, but keep who you are.
And that's a good point. That's a good point because I think a lot of problems what people have is when a person does a review and they say, oh, well, they need to change something up or they need to be more current. I'll give you a perfect example. Last show, I said Wu-Tang's album need to be a little more current with their beats.
Yep.
So the flack I got back for that was, why do you want them to be on trap beats? And why do you want them to try to rap like South rappers? That's not what I said.
Nope.
So the point is, when you want to evolve or when you want to change something that's old and put a little bit of new in it, you find new players that you like. And you say, hey, new player. And then the new player say, hey, I know you. You used to be in the game. and you say, yeah, I used to be in the game, but I'm playing in the big three now, and I want you to show me a few things.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking right. I'm definitely going to show you a few things. You know what I'm saying? So for people to think that when someone had changed, they have to change their whole way of doing something, that's incorrect.
Absolutely.
You know, Jay-Z did an Indian beat. And he was the same old Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't think that great artists, great producers know how to continue to evolve their sound. Yep. You know, Pharrell evolves his sound and it doesn't sound old, you know, and it sounds very current. And you know Pharrell, you know, but he just stopped making rap music.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Start making music in general because people are demanding his sound.
Exactly.
So the more people who demand his sound, the more he has to evolve his sound for these new people. So if he comes back and a rapper wants something, his sound is different than what he used to do.
Right.
Now, if you want it, you want it. If you don't, I'm fine. So, and that's a good point that you said, not just the person who's rapping, but the producer as well. Mm-hmm. Because a good producer would say, I love what you used to do, but let me lay this on you. Rap over this.
Right.
A good artist will go, I'm feeling that. And don't change. Just do your thing. And the producer go, maybe I need to take down these hi-hats because it's taken away from the way your sound is. Or, man, this is heavy-laden bass, and you're used to that. So I'm going to put this here, but let me put these fucking flutes, or let me put these, just do your thing, but this is what you're going to hear. And when you hear it, you're like, damn, that shit's cold. It's a collaboration.
Right.
Great songs take a good collaboration.
Yep.
And, you know, I know we keep going back to this, but I'm telling you, if No ID did his fucking job, he would have had another classic album. But he didn't do his fucking job. And it just kills me, man. And, you know, what's the name? Mathematics did the Wu-Tang, but he gave them what they used to have.
Right.
So to say, hey, here's your classic shit coming back. Except for saying, hey, I'm going to give you a classic shit, but here you go. Listen to this. Roll up on top of that. And it don't have to be all of them.
Nope.
He could have had one or two rappers on there. Capadonna, who still sounds contemporary. Mm-hmm. Redman can rap on any goddamn thing. Meth can actually rap on anything. So if he would have had them two on there and maybe one other person on this new sound, I think people would have been like, damn, that cut is kind of different. I wonder if they all can rap on that. But they didn't even give that opportunity.
Nope.
They wanted to say, let me give you classic Wu-Tang.
Right. I totally agree because Raekwon dropped the album this year and his album don't sound old. You know, it's a decent album. It's called The Wild. Raekwon The Wild. So if you get an opportunity and you get a sound, just check it out. It's a good album. It got Justice League on there. It got a few different people. Right. But it don't got RZA on there. You know, and let me double check. I don't think it got Mathematics on there either. Nope. So, but it don't got Mathematics on there.
Did it have Ghost? Because normally he rolls up on his every now and then.
Yeah, he usually does. I don't see him on the features, and I didn't hear him. So
that's different. But to your point, you have a lot of these older rappers who have skills. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. Nobody that is on Wu-Tang album is lacking skills.
Not at all.
They are not lacking skills. But if you want to be played and you want to be talked about in the game again, you should have done something a little contemporary with your sound, not with your style. So when people biting on, no, nigga, that's not, wait a minute. I got you, bro. We didn't say nothing about their style. A good performer, a good artist can rap over any goddamn thing.
I just think more older producers need to get into the studio and sit down with the younger producers. Yeah. You know, and I just think that'll be a great experience for both of them because both of them will have a great learning experience from it. You know, you can always give the youngin lessons that they done, or maybe it's just too much of an arrogant game. You know,
that could be it too.
You know, I know a lot of producers, young producers who collab with each other. Like in general, younger producers always collab with each other within the same age or within the same era, you know, but as far as Swiss trying to, you know, just sitting in the room with London on the track, you know what I'm saying? I think that would be amazing because, you know, those are two artistic people in two different realms.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he can give Swiss some sounds. You know, he can probably give Swiss some sounds.
But think about what Swiss can do for him by saying, why did you do that? Because if Swiss keeping with his same sound and he's hearing something different, why wouldn't he say, damn, why did you do that?
Right. Why did
not, man, that's some bullshit. People ain't gonna like that.
Right.
If not, you need to get the fuck out of my studio. But Swiss, these senior guys should say, I've been hearing that. Why do you do that?
Right.
And these young guys would say, oh, because of. And then, well, this is what I created. And then the young kid would be like, oh, that's cool. We don't do this no more because.
Yeah.
It's a cross education.
Right.
And to your point, when we talk about, you know, lyrics and production, you had to say, listen to these people who they are. So I had to stop and say, look, man, everybody can't be the best lyricists in the world. If they don't compete with these people, then I don't want to fucking listen to it.
Right.
That's not fair to music in general.
Yeah.
If I'm going to listen to some country western shit, but I like a certain portion of it, then why would I not do the same thing with fucking rap? Because it is what it is.
Right.
Respect that and then go from there. But I still like a sense of creativity. Not someone trying to copy someone and trying to do the same thing to try to get paid.
Right. Good point.
There's a lot of people who just want to get paid.
Yeah.
And you can catch that. You know what I mean? You can catch that and say, yeah, he's trying to sound like
He's trying to get a check.
Yeah, he's trying to get that check. And go from that.
Interesting. So what'd you rate the Super Slimy?
So I liked it, but it's typical shit. But I liked it. So I'm going to say a 6.5 because I liked it.
Okay.
It gave me something more than what I expected. It stood out because what I said, the contrasting sound of the two rappers, I didn't expect to hear it in that way.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah, it sounded interesting.
That was interesting. Wow. I wonder if they really knew that that's what they was presenting out there. And I really like the way it is. Is it something like, oh, it's up on the charts, but be prepared. This bitch's going to get rated. Nah, it's not going to do that. I hope people see it for what it is and say, impressive. They did a good job together.
Right.
So if they do it again and they kind of step up their game and do something different, I think you better look out for that if they do it right.
Yeah. If they drop an album or something, that would be dangerous.
But I agree, again, and that's why I was saying I could have interrupted you. I do agree. If he keeps putting other feature people on there and he's trying to keep up, that's going to take his shine away. They be like, oh, man, he's holding this nigga up. What you need him for? Just feature him. You don't need him as a fucking double collab on that. Yeah, feature that nigga, man. Fuck that. He don't want that. He really don't want that. And if he accepts it in that way, he's fucking himself up.
Yeah. He's going into a place where he think he's that good and he's not that good. Nah. You know, like again, to your point, this showed me that lyrically, Thugger is better than Future.
Yep.
You know, so on that rapper list, oh man, Thugger just went up a couple notches.
Yes, he did.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
I didn't.
I was not expecting that.
And it's funny because that's an evolution of my mind to say, slow down and listen. But again, the first couple of tracks was some bullshit. I was like, I said, it's that typical shit. And I just put my head down and I was like, and then it started building. I was like,
yeah, it was building on it.
Damn, okay.
It did build.
Yeah. And then I was like, lyrically, that was a nice bar. And I kept doing that and listening to it, and I was like, no, I want to put that on again.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I say it's a good 6.5. And I can argue down with a couple of other cats that came out this year to say, I still like this. Mm-hmm. Because it was so different to what I'm used to hearing that I just enjoyed it in that way. But people may say, no, that was cool. But to me, I just like it a little more.
I definitely, I like the album. I really enjoyed the album. Like I said, after I listened to this third track, it really got into this groove. Mm-hmm. And then I repeated it and I actually heard the first track for what it was again. And I was like, okay, it's not that bad.
It's there.
Right. It's not that bad. And so I was very impressed by Thugger. Mm-hmm. So I definitely have to give that a couple extra on it. But it was still a typical club album, so I can't give it over a 7 for that. So I'm definitely going to have to reach and go 6.8.
Okay.
Because I enjoyed it. I actually liked it, but I haven't put it back on yet. But here's the catch.
Okay.
It is better than the Future and Drake album that they put together.
Okay.
But that was a good one. At this time when it dropped, it was like, okay, it was a few good tracks on there. Okay. But this is way better than that.
Really?
Way
Even
better.
with Drake?
Yeah.
Okay.
The best song on that CD was Jump In, something. Something. So, but they did have a few other good tracks.
Okay.
But this one, oh yeah, you're gonna hear this in the club for the rest of the year. They're good for the rest. That's what I'm saying. Future, please don't drop nothing.
Yeah, just let this stay there.
Right. Just go while you're in Atlanta.
Just ride it out.
Yes. And Thugger, good job. Good job.
Again, and I want to make sure I say it clearly. Thugger did a good job for me. Because I really was expecting just some old bullshit coming out, and I would be centering on Future. Because
that's
I'm
what
okay
I was
with
expecting.
Future. I was okay with him. But I didn't get that. I leaned toward, I was like, yo, this dude, oh, okay. I kind of like him. I didn't think I would, but I kind of like this dude. So that's why I liked it so much. And because if he came across like I thought, I would have been like, yo, this is like a 5.8. If I give it a 6, it's because the beats was better, but there were no better beats. It was typical beats. It wasn't garbage beats, but it was typical beats. And they did well with them. When they slowed it down, I didn't like it. Okay. When they kept it straight tempo, because all they did was straight tempo. Yeah. But they just mixed it a little bit with some other shit.
It's like a reggaeton album.
Yeah, exactly.
Listening to Rappertone.
Rappertone going straight. But it was okay because what they did together.
Right.
And so you gotta give them the credit. I give Young Thugger a lot of credit. Future just did his job.
Yeah.
Struggled on some because of how Thugger came across. But it was a good collab.
Yeah.
It was a good collab. So I say 6.5 because, again, that's that genre that I have to respect.
Yeah.
I don't have to like it, but I have to respect it. But it's something about it that makes me listen to it again.
Yeah. It's an interesting album.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking about it, and Drake did what Future did for Thug on this album. So Drake kind of took the back seat
and pushed Future forward.
Yeah, and you kind of hear Future highlighted in the Drake and Future one. Okay. And this one, and maybe it wasn't intentional,
right?
But Future, again, man, it was just typical Future, dog. To me, he wasn't over outlandish. Mm-hmm. To your point, like you said, he was putting a little more substance in it.
Yeah,
like I said, it wasn't Mickey D's. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely like Cookout.
Yeah, it was a Cookout, or what's the other one? What you call it? Burger? What's that? The one that they make the patties and shit. And it's kind of tasty and shit. Five Guys.
Five Guys. Yeah. It was definitely a Five Guys.
You love it.
Yeah.
But it's just burgers, though.
Right.
You're not getting much of it. You got
burger.
some peanut oil, goddamn French fries. But I like it. But it wasn't like, okay.
Right. It wasn't something that I can order and take to the house, or something that I can dine in and eat
and sit down with your girl.
It was a fast food dine-in, so it was like after a high school game,
varsity or something.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody go out and listen to the Future and Thugger and
be like,
have Five Guys.
So I want to kind of end it because you need to listen to. You have to listen to 2 Chainz on the De.O.L.L.A.
Oh, I did. I was listening to it on the way to the crib after you talked about
that. Motherfucker killed it.
Yeah, he did.
He did kill it.
Yeah.
So when my boy, big up to my barber that was in there, my other boy barber up in there, what's his goddamn name? It's Bell, and I give you a heads up on it. But he said, nah, if you like them on these other features, he fucking killed it. He said the album is trash. Trash. He said, but when he shows up on there, dude, he fucking murdered it. All the way through.
Yeah.
And I just like, this is why this guy is so impressive and shit. But I fucking loved it. Everything else on that bitch was garbage. I don't know what they was thinking about. I don't know what they was thinking about. So the last De.O.L.L.A album, if you don't know what we talk about, is Anonymous Nobody.
Yeah.
So
that's
exactly it should stay anonymous because I don't fucking get what they were doing. I don't know if they wanted an R&B album, a spoken word album, a new wave rap. I don't know what the fuck they were doing, man. It was just, it was garbage.
It was reaching for a lot. And I mean, they were just as bad on the Gorillaz album, though.
Yeah, that was.
So
I don't know what they're into now.
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's the thing. Either they need to start singing or stop rapping.
Maybe
or
they're
start
like, this is what
again.
our fans want. So
because they're hanging with a lot of white boys now.
Yeah, they're not here. They're not in America like that.
So they're hanging overseas, and they're probably getting a lot of a love from the Europeans, and people's like, yeah, rap over this, and they're like, sure, that gets me paid.
Yep,
which is bad because that's not who they were. But it sounds like if this keeps me relevant and keeps me paid, then I'm going to do it.
Yeah, and that's the sad part.
Yeah,
that's the sad part because they need to just go ahead and call it quits.
Because I brought everything up to the mixtape that they had a couple of years ago. Because I got every single one of them. I got all the Tribe. I got all the Roots, even the newest one. The only one I didn't, I sent back was the one with John Legend. I didn't like that shit.
Oh, you didn't?
Nah, I didn't like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's deep.
Fucking.
I haven't heard it, so I can't really.
If you like John Legend,
you
probably like it.
Okay.
John Legend's okay. But I didn't want it for John Legend. I wanted it for the Roots.
Right.
So it was too much John Legend. So I was like, get this shit out of here. So I sent that back and got a fucking refund. I just
bad.
Get that shit out of here. But it's all good.
All right, cool.
But yeah, so 6'8", 6'5". We said 7'2".
Yeah, 7'2", solid for the Damian Lillard band.
So really good. I mean, both are worth it. Even though low 6 for me, high 6 for Sean, I still say worth the buy. It's a worth the buy.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So
most definitely, and I gotta give a super shout out to Damian Lillard, man, for just reaching, man. I'm pretty sure he's one of the most sold basketball rappers ever.
Or should be.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of streams, man. He's getting a lot of streams, getting a lot of love on that album, man. So kudos, shout out to him. And honestly, dog, kudos and shout out to Young Thug for stepping his game up when it was time.
Coming with a quality shit that was not expected by me. This is just a me thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody else ain't impressed by it, I don't know what the fuck y'all listening to. Because what I listened to prior to that, y'all probably was like, oh, he's the shit.
Right.
But if he the shit, then he's better now.
Yeah, y'all better be tripping on this. Y'all better love the fuck out this CD. I want to hear somebody who's a Thugger fan who don't like this CD.
Yep. And I want to know
That's the review I want to hear because this really was this. I'm a Future fan. I guess that's why I'm a Future fan.
Yeah.
And anytime, and I'm in Atlanta, so I hear Thugger all the time, all the time.
Right.
So it's not like I can't. It's not like I don't have to hear him. And I don't, I don't hear them. But anytime I'm around my homeboys or anytime I'm driving with them, that's what they're playing. They're putting them on. And when I'm with the youngins, Thugger is that dude. Mm-hmm. Thugger is that dude. So for me to hear him now, from what I've heard, oh man, this is impressive. Mm-hmm. And the Thugger fan should be highly impressed by this album and should know that Thugger is better than Future. Lyrically. He said it. Just lyrically.
He said it.
Just lyrically. As far as the hooks, no, Future still got it.
Yeah.
Future
and
still
he
got
knows how to lay out an album.
Melody,
to say,
laying out an album.
Yep.
Yeah, Future got all that down.
So hopefully, to your point, Future set him up to say, here you go. Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm setting you up.
Yeah, this is the blueprint.
This is a blueprint. You can do what you just did on your own and take it up a notch.
Yep.
So now people will be listening to you differently because you probably gain different people by just this. Because he got me. So now I want to say, is he going to give me the same or is he going to go back to...
Right.
And some people who may not be impressed by it may want to hear, niggas like this, I'm fucking a bitch that, and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
They may just used to that. But he had some quality lyrics in here that it wasn't like fuck Trump or it was just a good set of bars that was like, okay, I'll take that. So really impressive. Two good impressive ones, which really kind of contrasted, and I was really glad we put these two together because it took my mind two different ways. Yeah. But I respected them in two different ways. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I love that fact. I do love
West
that.
Coast, South.
Yep.
That's probably the reason why, this different sounds, and Lillard did his Oakland thing. He gave you that West Coast Oakland feel. He even made a song named Marshawn Lynch.
Yep.
So, that's why he gets a lot of praise for this. He stuck to the script. He stuck to his basis. He stuck to his core, the concrete of what he knew.
And what he knew. Mm-hmm. Thank you for what he knew. He didn't try to say, now that I'm rapping, I'm about to rap about what people want to hear. No.
And he already got money. So the fact that he's going to get big on his music shouldn't change too much of nothing.
Yep.
Because he's already the man, so that's super.
Yep. You get good credit from that. So cool. Bougie Black Brother Network, Bougie Black Bro, IG, and Twitter. Stop calling me IG.
Yep, without the G.
Without the G. DJ Activist on Twitter. What else you got, dude?
And then got the basketball. You can definitely catch me on YouTube, Courtside Seat Show. Got a show every weekend. When I get some time, I'm definitely going to go ahead and give y'all some fantasy info.
So be prepared. Hardwoods and end zones. I'm only looking at basketball. So when I start getting back, you will hear it. We'll be back into it. But definitely listen to Sean. Get Sean. He's got great info of what's going on. Backside and front side. So really good info. Bougie Black Brother Network on Facebook. Got them all. Everything that's on there. We got a lot of upcoming stuff. We're looking at a couple of hidden gems. Millennial Money Management. Got a couple of things there. If you want to manage your money well, we got the Welcome to the Wall. We're going to have a couple of extra people that's going to be joining the network. Kind of in negotiations, and we're going to throw those on. So be prepared.
Okay.
So, sneak peek. Tease for that ass. That's what Chaz was saying. So, Car Wax, appreciate you stopping by, and we will see you soon. Peace.